The veneers are shaking. The crime stories are shaking. The cargo is shaking. Los Angeles is shaking. The presidential election is shaking. I don't know who's shaking, Lil Yachty or Caribou. Uncle Nearest is shaking. For those who don't know about Uncle Nearest is the bourbon brand, which is a play off of the Jim Beam brand. Uncle Nearest was the black man that worked right alongside Jim Beam, and he helped cultivate some of the great bourbons of our history with him, right? Well, Fawn Weaver and her husband actually ended up purchasing the Uncle Nearest brand, and now they're probably about to lose it. They're in deferment of $108 million. There's a lot to this story. I've got my own opinion. You may not love it. Let's talk about it. So let me explain in the most simple way what's going on. There's a company called Farm Credit Mid-America, right? They gave a loan to Uncle Nearest. Now they are suing them. They sued them in July for basically saying that they don't have enough money to pay that loan back. And allegedly, Fawn Weaver and her husband jacked up the paperwork to show they didn't make as much money as they did, allegedly. A Tennessee judge is coming in, and he said something I thought was very racist, talking about they're in over their skis. Basically, in a way, saying they got bigger than their britches, and he's allowing this loan company to kind of take the reins from Fawn Weaver and her husband. She is saying this is going to destroy the company because it's going to look like it was taken away from me as a black family owner, and it's going to make nobody want to buy it. One of the reasons why people, especially people of color, are supporting Uncle Nearest is because we know it's a black-owned brand. So if it no longer looks like a black-owned brand on paper, nobody's buying that. It's going to tank the whole thing. Now, as of last year, they are said to have made $1.1 billion in revenue. Nothing to sneeze at, right? So this $108 million to me should be nothing. I would give it to them. Don't call me about nothing else. But they're allegedly saying that they don't have that to give them, or they don't owe them that much. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is Fawn Weaver's husband, Keith. And her husband used to be a television producer in Hollywood. And now they started this company together. Now, when I went to Black Tech Week, she spoke there. And she spoke about how they got it, all the God-sent little opportunities that helped them acquire the property that the distillery is on. People are talking about their home in Martha's Vineyard. That's why this company, this Mid-America, this Farm Credit Mid-America, they're saying, nah, y'all got more money than y'all saying y'all got. Y'all have a $2.25 million home in Martha's Vineyard, and y'all can't pay us. But I'm like, that ain't 108. They might not have that to pay you. So, they're saying they're trying to defer on their loan. I don't know if they've been paying these people the whole time. This is all being played out in court, but it's being played out in court in Tennessee. Tennessee is a place where, especially at Tennessee lawmakers, they don't want to see no black-owned business thrive, be making no $1 billion, get to the top. This ain't California. Okay, this is a very red state. This is the Mason-Dixon line, aka racism. Now, I'm on Fawn Weaver and her husband's side as being a black-owned business trying to operate in such a racist state, in such a racist time in America. Because we're almost back to Jim Crow, okay? It's almost, yes, massa. I swear to God it is. So doing all this in Tennessee, my heart goes out. And I want them to be able to keep their business. But also they're saying that liquor sales have declined in general. If you don't notice, the world is on a health kick. We're not trying to be drunk. We're trying to go to the gym. We're trying to look young. Like, it's not giving that. Back in like the 2000s, bottles of Douce, bottles of Clico, bottles of Cristal. I'm not really trying to do that, I'm trying to go to the gym and have a green juice. So, but here's my personal opinion. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it, okay? My personal opinion is I ain't really feeling Fawn Weaver. At Black Tech Week, she was incredible. Her speech, her story, it all was so inspiring. But she did something towards the end that me and my friend Anita were not featuring. Shout out to my best friend Anita. We was not featuring it. She had us up until the end. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. So don't get me to lying because it could have been this lady right here. It could have been a lady sitting down. She might have been sitting down. I didn't get a good view or a good photo of the lady. But do you see this little girl right here? Take another little girl. So there was a lady that came up because you're all allowed in Black Tech Week. After the speaker speaks, everybody's allowed to ask questions. So you get in a line at the side of the stage and everybody asks questions. The reason why I'm over here is because I was about to ask a question. Y'all know me. I was about to show out. So a lady asked a question. I don't remember her specific question, but it was very basic. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything like that you had to give a deep answer for. It was something along the lines of, how do what advice do you have for a business that works? I'm just going to throw something out there. A business that works in shoes as a young Black entrepreneur. What advice do you have to give me for that? It was something very, very basic bones. It required a basic answer. It wasn't all that. When I say she shaded that lady to the point where everybody was laughing at her. It was like, thick lady, good body. She had short, natural fro. She had glasses. She gave sweet, quiet, innocent young lady. She did not require shade. She would have did that with me. I would have been able to go toe-to-toe with her. I got a mouthpiece. I'm quick with it. Nothing about this lady, nothing about her energy gave quick with it. You know what I mean? So she kind of looked very, very, very embarrassed in front of all these people because the place was packed. Keke Palmer just spoke. So the lady sat down. Here go Fawn Weaver. I got to keep it real, right? I'm amongst my people. I just got to keep it real. Like, that's show business. Like, you need to figure it out on your own. That's kind of the energy she gave that lady. I was appalled. I was disturbed. I was not featuring it. I was not feeling it. I didn't like nothing like that. I thought it was so rude, so nasty and so rude and so unnecessary. But then, and that's what I'm saying, key in on the little girl. The little girl came up and spoke. And she got all in the little girl's grill. The little girl was a little chocolate little goddess. She came up talking about her jewelry business. So now the little Black girl came up and Fawn got all into her mug. And, it was at one point that I wanted to take my life. And I didn't feel like I was da-da-da-da. And you are the future. And you are the little girl that we all should be trying to be. Because I was trying to unalive myself at one point. First of all, three things, baby. Very inappropriate. The girl was like 10. Why are you telling, as a grown lady, this little girl your business? That was so inappropriate to me. I was like, strike two. And then this little girl actually came with the lady she shaded. The lady that she shaded, this was her godmom. So you was just talking crazy to the godmom. Made the whole stadium laugh at her. Talking about, we got to keep it real. I mean, that's her. Like, she got to figure it out. Like, we all got to figure out our business, baby. Like, that's the energy she gave. But then the little girl, you big eyes and soggy tears. This was the moment for her to say, oh, this little girl came with you? I want to apologize to you because I just disrespected you in front of this crowd, and you are cultivating one of the masters, one of the most beautiful little girls with a brain on her that's going to help cultivate our future as Black women. And I apologize. This was her chance to make it right. And she still didn't. I said, oh, I'm not featuring Fawn. The reason why she was bending down is because she got all up in the little girl's mug talking about her unalive attempts. I just was like, no, I don't like a mean girl. I do not like a mean girl. First of all, I know people's energies, right? And you can tell people have innocent energy. That lady that she chomped off like that had the most innocent energy. That's one of the reasons why it took me so long to do that story when everybody's talking about her distillery was getting took. Because I don't want that to happen to her. And I would never, especially somebody that comes from a successful Black business. I come from 3 generations of a successful Black business. I come from a generation of a successful Black farm that's been in my family for 100-something years. So I know what it's like to do farm work, country work. You know what I mean? So I get it. The generational wealth, I'm a product of the generational wealth of Black excellence. But, so I want Fawn to keep her things. But I wasn't featuring it. I wasn't feeling it. And God don't like ugly. I hope you get it fixed. But I hope you learned a lesson of humility. Keep it cute. or put it on mute and be nice to other black women, especially when they're business owners, because they're trying to be just like you.